Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Santosh Kumar. Today we're going to discuss on UPS system battery backup calculations. Let us take one example of 60 kVA UPS system which is connected to a battery bank of 65 Ah capacity 34 numbers which is connected to 60 kV UPS. Uh, let's calculate the UPS battery backup at full load. So the UPS capacity is 60 kVA. So if it is in volt ampere, then we need to multiply with 1000. So K is kilo. So 60 into 1000, 60,000 volt ampere. And we know each battery voltage is 12 volts and 34 batteries are connected in series. Then the battery bank voltage is 12 into 34. So 408 volts. So now we have UPS capacity in volt ampere and the battery voltage we have calculated. So now to check the amperes, to calculate the amperes, 60,000 volt ampere divided by 408 volts. So volt cancel each other. So remaining is 147 amperes. So now we have the amperes and now we know the battery AHU and the battery backup calculation uh, is ampere hour divided by ampere. So ampere will get cancel each other, remaining hour will be obtained. So we know battery capacity is 65 Ah and we arrived the amperes is 147.0588 amperes. So 65 divided by 147, it is 0.42442 hours. If you want in minutes, simply we need to multiply with 60. So 0.442 into 60, it is 26.52. So 60 kVA UPS at full load connected with 65Ah 34 number battery bank will give you around some 27 minutes backup. So what if this UPS loaded only 55%? What will be our battery backup time? So the capacity of UPS is 60 and if it is loaded with 55%, it is 33 kVA. So 33 kVA in VA is 33,000 volt ampere. So battery voltage, we know battery bank voltage is 12 into 34, it is 408 volts. To calculate UPS in amperes, 33,000 volt ampere divided by 408 volts, it is 80.88 amperes. So as we know the battery AH is 65 AH, so battery backup in hours is AH divided by battery capacity divided by amperes. So 65 Ah divided by 80.88, it is 0.803 hours and battery backup in minutes is 0. If you want to in minutes, simply we need to multiply with 60. So 0.803 into 60, it is 48. So the UPS 60 kVA working at the load of 55% connected with 65 Ah battery and battery 34 number battery bank will give you around some 48 minutes of battery backup. So let's now discuss on lithium ion batteries. Okay, so nowadays space constraint and considering the good backup and nowadays all the UPS are connected with the lithium ion batteries. Let's calculate one UPS unit which is connected with the lithium ion battery bank. So what is the backup calculation? How we need to calculate? Let's consider 300 kVA UPS unit. It is connected with lithium ion battery. So 64Ah 512 515.2 volts, 3 battery bank. So each there are 3 battery bank which is connected. Each battery bank having 64Ah 515.2 volts. And let's derive how this individual model are providing 64Ah and 515.2 volts. So each model will have, I mean, based on design, how many, it will have some models in each rack, and each model will have some of cells. So that cell voltage we need to first add to, I mean, cell are connected in series, though we need to add on voltages. So in this particular lithium iron battery rack, which is containing 10 module per rack, each module will have 14 cells. So if that, and each cell voltage is 3.7, so 3.7 into 14, so 3.7 into 14, it is coming 51.52 volts. Okay, so like this there are 10 models, so 51.52 into 10, so total battery bank voltage is 515.2 volts. Okay, and let's calculate with the UPS battery backup at full load. So we know the UPS capacity 300 kVA in VA is 3 lakh volt amperes, and the battery bank voltage what we have derived is 515 volts. And if you want to derive amperes, then 3 lakh VA divided by 515.2 volts, it is 520 582.3 amperes. So here there are 3 battery banks which are connected in parallel. So 64 Ah each. So 64 plus 64 plus 64, it is 192 ampere hour capacity. And we know battery backup formula ampere hour divided by ampere. So 192 ampere hour divided by 582.3 amps. So 0.329 hours backup will be there. So if you want to convert it into minutes, we need to simply multiply with 60. So it is giving around some 19.78, approximate 20 minutes backup it is giving. Okay, so now calculated 300 kVA UPS, okay, connected with 64Ah 515.2 volts, 3 battery bank lithium ion battery bank will give you approximate 20 minutes of backup. Okay, let's calculate for partial load as well. Let's consider it is loaded 75%. Then what is the battery backup will be? So UPS in kVA is 300 kVA at the rate of 75% load. 75% of 300 kVA is 225 kVA. We know battery voltage is 515.2 volts. So UPS in amperes is 2 lakh. Uh, okay, one line I missed out. UPS in ampere, if you want to calculate 225 kVA into 1000, so that is 2,25,000 VA divided by 515.2 volts, that is 436.72 amperes it is coming. So now we know the battery age, 3 are connected in parallel, so it is 192 H, 64 into 3, 192 ampere hour. So for backup calculation, 192 ampere hour divided by 436.72 amperes, it is coming around 0.439 hours If you want it in minutes, multiply with 60, so it is coming 26.37 minutes. So 300 kVA UPS working at 75% load, connected with 64 Ah 515.2 volts 3 battery bank, will give you around some 26.37 minutes battery backup. Hi friends, hopefully this video is more informative. Thanks for watching. For more videos, please subscribe and share. Thank you so much.